Great. So if you answer the same questions you were working on previously using Excel, then what you're going to want to maybe do first is put this data that's presented in rows in columns instead. So what I've done is I've selected all the data that I want, and I'm going to press Command C on a Mac and Control C on a PC, and then I'm going to go select the cell I want to put this in. So I'll put it in cell A10 and select my data again. And go back to the cell I want to copy it into, and I'm going to press Edit, Paste Special, and I'm going to choose Transpose. So now I can sort this data if I want. If this data is linked, when you put it into a table form, they're going to think that Excel is going to think that the 71 should always be paired with the 54. So if you want to sort it ahead of time, it's best that you do that. So go into Data, Sort. So sort and continue with this current selection and sort. And okay. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And you notice Excel came up with that just to prevent you from, if you wanted the numbers side by each to be linked, then you can do that. And I'm going to go sort and continue with the current selection and sort. And I missed the 54. So sort, continue with the selection and sort. And it is looking like it thinks there's a header there. And there we go. All right, so now we got everything sorted from greatest to least. And so now what I'm going to do is put in from my home menu, format as a table, and click OK. Now, I was having problems with this earlier, and see if it comes up the way I'd see what happens. If what happens to like before it does again. So I'm going to type equals average to calculate the mean, and so then I'm going to go over to the table in class A, and everything looks good. Press enter, and we get an answer of 71.47, and I think the answer was 71.45. So I'm going to choose the number of decimal places I want, and there's actual and for my number, I can actually specify the number of decimal places, and I'm going to go to 1 decimal place. So now for the median, so that's going to be equals to median, and go over to the table, select the data, and our median is 71. The mode will be the most common, and you can see right here, it should return a value of 71 because we have 3 71s there. And it does. So our mean, median, and mode are all very close for this class. And this class, our mean is 64.138. So if I go down to 1 decimal place, 64.4, and I can also do the same thing here. So now these two cells will format to 1 decimal place, and I can type in equals median and click over class B, and it returns the same median of 71. And the mode is 61 because of the two 61s we had. And recall that if there, and notice that there are two 80s, so you have to be careful with that because, again, Excel won't return the greatest value that is a mode. So this is really bimodal, and you have to be careful. That's one flaw with Excel and the mode is it doesn't pick up. It'll pick up your lowest value of a mode, but it won't. But it'll miss the greater ones. Now you'll notice that the median's the same, the mode is different, and the mean is quite different between the two classes. And one thing you'll notice is that there's two outliers. There's a 12 and a 15 in this class. And so if I delete those, you'll notice that the mean now becomes 71 for class B, and the median is 73.5. When you compare them without the two outliers, class B and class A are very close to one another. Now, example 2. So if we want to add in a column here, and I'm going to type in, this will be the score times the weight. And you'll notice what Excel did was created a new column in our chart. So I don't have to create a whole new chart. So what I'm going to do is type in equals, and I'm going to select the score times, and you press Shift 8, and it's the star. And then I'm going to select the weight factor, which is in cell E11. And when I press enter, you'll notice that it completes the chart for all of those calculations. So now we have, we can calculate the sum of the weights. And one thing we can do here, and I'll click up into the table, and in my table, I can put in auto sum, and it auto sums the values. And I didn't like that. So I'm going to click down here. And sum. So the sum of the weight times the score for each of these is 46, and the weight factor is, the sum of the weight factors is 11. So the weighted mean is equal to and I believe the answer in the problem set was, or that was given to you, was 4.12, or 4.2, I should say. So that's how you can calculate the weighted mean. Now, the two operations there, again, the slash below the question mark on most keyboards is the division, and Shift 8, the star, is what you use for multiplication. Now,